once he found, told me don't tell.
Don't even tell her nothing.
Don't tell her nothing.
I don't talk to her.
Don't tell her nothing.
You can't tell what I don't talk about.
Let's get it.
For sure. You know what? Let's skip a little bit. Let's talk about religion.
Hallelujah.
Do you consider yourself religious?
No.
You don't consider yourself
I'm not
religious? Can you elaborate why?
I'm a believer, but I'm not religious.
What's the difference?
Religious is a group. It's like almost like an organization of a form of I don't know how to explain it, but it's
it's funky the way you turned your nose.
I'm a believer.
Okay. I'm a believer.
And I believe in a believer.
Y'all whole lip just
No, I was with all the Christianity and all of that stuff, and I believe in Christ. I do. I believe Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. I just don't need
moved twice,
or
so
organize. Huh?
You was like, I believe in Father,
Son.
I know who they are. I know the Holy Trinity.
Holy Ghost.
Go ahead.
But you don't know them twice, so who
Go ahead.
The Holy Ghost was a rolling, like rolled it on in there.
Jesus ain't like people in this space, and neither do I. All in my space.
So I just don't. I'm not interested in groups.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in that.
I understand that. I definitely do.
Like a cult?
Yeah. I'm not trying to identify with a certain type of believers. You believe what I believe in, bro. We sisters, brothers, whatever you. Hey, let's go. We on a mission. But I'm not. No, sorry, I can't. I done been to almost every church around here, and I would like to consider myself to be a believer.
So with that thought process, why do you think attendance in churches have dropped so low?
I believe, and I prayed about this too, because I'm concerned about it as well. I believe the attendance in church is dropping because when people come to church, they're looking for something, but they're not looking for Jesus. They're not looking to see him. Okay. They're looking to see things. They're looking to see, and so what they see is let me tell you what I see. When I go to church, I don't click, but I see clicks. I see people with their own groups, and if I'm hurting because I'm feeling like I'm being isolated and I'm hurting, and I come to church and I see these groups and I'm like, oh, okay, this is what church can do. So I get disappointed because the groups have not asked me to be a part of their groups. So now I'm church hurt. I'm disappointed in the church because I went looking for something.
Isolated in the church.
Yeah. And so, everybody low key want to have some type of attachment to something. Whether they want to admit it or not, you want to belong. Right, you know what I'm saying? You want to belong.
Right.
And if I go and I'm trying to belong, and the only reason why y'all notice me because I'm a different face. So you see the different face, but then the connection, there's none after that. You see me, hey, welcome, Kay, and then I don't see you. You don't reach out. You don't look for me because I don't find it to be a coincidence why people stumble into certain churches. People don't up and just be like, oh, let me go to over there to this church, and they ain't never been to church.
I'm gonna try a different church every week. That ain't normal. That's true.
Yeah. And so if I come to your church and you ain't never seen me before, I'm there for a reason.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I'm looking for it.
And if you miss that, and that's what we be doing, we be missing it. We miss that in the church. We miss why people come because we're so busy with the numbers. We want numbers. We want numbers. We want numbers over quality.
My brain never even went that way when I was working on them questions. I never even. That's
over quality. We don't want. I'd rather have 3 members of a church that are on fire for the Lord than 30 members that I gotta keep constantly trying to push and trying to pull out of them what is already in them and what they already know. I'd rather have 3.
Okay. That's powerful.
I can do more with 3 than them 30 because I'm spending too much time with them 30. You're supposed to go to church, get fed the word to be able to take it away.
Y'all can't be the choir and everybody else. Just 3.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can. They got quartets. They got 4 people. They got.
But you said 3.
But I'm just saying, okay, well then whatever they call it, trio.
There you go.
We got it. That's true. Soprano, alto, tenor. That's all we need. Next.
What's your thoughts? She hit me with a U. What you think? Why does attendance?
What I think when people be like, "Come as you are," I think that's been way overblown and over context. So, try to come as you are, and people talking about you, people looking at you crazy. So, like she said, once you at your vulnerable state and you being judged, you definitely ain't finna go to church. People got jobs who work on Sundays.
That's true.
So I can't make it. COVID was major. Once that shit hit,
Yeah, the church didn't bounce back from COVID. I don't know.
Man, bro, it's crazy. So it's a lot of variables on why people don't want to go to the actual building, as well as just not understanding
What's happening
message.
in the building? What's going on in the building
What's
that I need
going
to be
on in
there?
Man, look.
I ain't trying to take away from church or trying to get nobody not to go, but what's happening in the building that I need to be there?
And then when
you can't even know that I'm going through something. So is the Holy Spirit not active in this church where you don't even know that I'm here? Or you don't even know?
It's only active when the organ going.
Do you see BS in the church? Like it's like...
And it needs to be checked.
It's crazy how you go to church 2 times in a row and you know half the drama. And you need from the church.
It's church, bro.
Yeah, it needs to be checked.
Why is you in my business, man?
You gave me for God. Why you think?
Just stuff like that.
Why think people not attending?
Mm-hmm.
I think part of what Keisha said is when you go and you feel isolated.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hello, hey, and then people do have a little clique. I got my little clique over here, you can't come in with it. That right there is it should not be happening. It should not be happening.
I agree. I see you with your curls.
Okay, hop in.
Yeah. I support the curls.
Yeah.
She'd be with you. Hush up,
and then, like I said, what's going on in the church?
Okay.
What's going on in the church?
It's time out for that sweeping that stuff under the rug. It is. Because they know anyway. It's crazy that y'all want to sweep it, and people already know.
And a lot of things, and one thing too that bothered me about the church, bro. I know a lot of old school churches used to, whenever the kids did something, they would have the kids come up to the front and confess their sins in front of the whole church. But the pastors and everybody else doing all this goofy stuff, and you ain't confessing your sins in front of the church. Like, I never liked that, bro. Because I never liked grown people putting kids on blast in front of other grown people to be judgmental, and you on bullshit.
Absolutely.
I don't think the church has grown as much with the times. As time has progressed, the church is still, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you're supposed to become worldly. That's not what I'm saying. But it's the relatability of it. In the modern era, everything is about relatability, right? Sports and fashion and just everything is relatability. And then you go to church and it's, nope, we do it this way. You need to do it our way. We're not open up for new ideas.
Yeah.
This is the form of what is done. This is the tradition. But tradition isn't getting the people in the doors.
Especially when it's...
And it's crazy to me
then
because Jesus hung with the sinners.
Right. And you got
all the
older
time
churches that's been around 20 and 30 and 40 years. Yes.
You don't have any stories of Jesus hanging out with people who going to heaven.
Then they're doing the same old thing.
Well, that's perfect then, because I'm going to tell you right now, about 95% of the church
but that's not how they treat others.
is the people that Jesus need to be hanging out with.
They're not doing that to others, though. They're not
Yeah,
hanging
they're
out
not.
with the
And
others.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean when I say cliques. Y'all get in this in this clique, and then y'all forget that y'all was yet sinners yesterday or last night or 15 minutes ago.
15 minutes.
You more worried about what a person wearing to the church than you are the message that came across.
And then once that happened, like, it throw off the whole church. You could tell how they were saying one accord. You could tell when it just ain't there.
Yep.
And you don't want to be there.
You just don't
want to
be
there.
Because we shouldn't have that attitude. I don't know. Because I feel like that's something I'm just going to be honest.
I know I posted one time, I asked, I'm like, what are you doing? You tired of going to church? I mean, because ain't nothing happening. Like, what am I going? I love church. Do not get it twisted. I love to go to church. Like,
neither one of us twisted.
Be in that mug. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm willing to do whatever,
Don't
you know
get
what
it
I'm saying?
twisted.
I go to church.
No, I'm just saying, I don't want nobody to mess that up and be like, Keisha. No. I got tired of going because the same thing was like repetitive, and I started going because it started forming a habit.
Yeah.
People, when you start always doing traditionally things out of tradition, it becomes a habit, and then when it becomes a habit, it's like, oh, I ain't coming to get delivered. I ain't coming right. I'm not coming to get set free. I'm coming because I
Then you got
have
positions
to be
filled
here.
at the church, so you can't do nothing new. You can't explore nothing.
Or even if you do something new, they gonna burn you out.
They gonna burn you out.
Or they want to associate with you,
Yeah.
regardless of how good it is. You could come with, hey, this is funded and everything. I just want to do it through you. Nah.
Yep.
Because
you ain't us.
If they ain't
Yeah.
the chief, right?
Yeah.
If they ain't the chief or had the idea, then you can't do it.
And so my thing now with the churches is I'm on this thing, like I'm calling them out. Hey, bro.
It is what it is.
This not biblical. This is not. And if we going off biblical principles, then I need to see your doctrine of your church. What are you basing this church off of? Because if it's not biblical, I can't be here.
I can't be here. I'm already lost player. You trying to lose me
Man,
some more?
you trying to condemn me because
No.
if we're gonna compare ourselves, like they say, we compare ourselves to sheep, then I can easily be led astray because sheep are naturally dumb. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, they dumb. So I'm just going because sheep moving herds. So they doing what the person in front of them doing.
You feel obligated,
So,
not
right.
dedicated. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just doing this in uniform
Yeah.
with everything else that's going on. And that's not me. Like, I want to go to church and I want to get in there and I want to feel, you know what I'm saying? I want to feel good in the church. I don't want to feel like
Or
scared.
sleeping.
Oh, is my dress too
Or like, man, I gotta hear.
Yeah, it's my shirt.
I gotta hear another one of these stories, man. They doing it all out in front of everybody. Everybody see this. I don't know
All this
everybody-
whooping and hollering and sweating and jumping and flipping. Bro, what is you saying? What is you saying?
Shout out to Big God.
Yeah.
Yes,
Shout out to
period.
Big G.O.
But
Speaking of commitment and connection and love and God, I am. No, it's dope. It's dope. It's dope. It's going somewhere. So you're married, correct?
I am.
Yeah.
How long?
Yeah.
Shout out to my husband,
Shout out.
Jeffrey Morrow.
Shout out to
Shout out to
the
Jeff.
husband, man. For sure. For sure.
We're going on our 3rd year.
3rd year. Okay.
Yes, for sure.
They say in a marriage is always a lucky one. Who's a lucky one?
Oh, I would say we both. We both are blessed to have each other because we match. Like what he lacking, I got. What I'm lacking, he got. So it's just like a
For
piece.
sure. That's what's up.
Click together.
Did it start out like that?
Yes.
Yeah. So instantly y'all just knew.
I prayed because I had been in a previous. We going there?
Keep going.
Okay.
It's your show.
So
Let's
I
do it.
had been previously married, and so
I was just praying. You said you prayed.
yeah,
Somebody-
I pray. If you,
You
want
got to
we
pray
can
just to make it today.
pray. No, okay.
Did she just gyrate for the Lord? You better.
That's MC Hammer. He did it. Okay.
The Lord made MC Hammer.
That's true.
Shout out to
In his
MC
image.
Hammer.
You said.
In his image.
So God,
I'm just saying. You said.
God does the footwork in the image. You're right. He definitely
Yeah.
juice.
Stop
Go ahead.
Hammer
Yeah.
time.
So
We got to pray just to
I
make it
was
today.
previously married.
I say pray.
And I was married for 6 years. And it ended,
Yeah.
and I was like, you know what, Lord, this my 2nd time being married because I was married to my kid's father.
So 3 times. Okay.
He is my 3rd husband. Had I done it correctly, he would have been my 1st and only husband.
Yeah.
However, I did things my way. I was going off of, me and my kid's father. We had a baby before we got married, and so people were, y'all need to get married. Especially the older people thinking, these bastard kids, and
Like
I'm
it's gonna change because y'all got married. Still a child out of
Still a
wedlock.
kid.
Still a
Still a
child.
kid we gotta care for.
The
Right.
baby's still older than the marriage.
Yes, yeah. So
Let me hear y'all
We
call him
got
back, so
married.
I'm beating your ass.
Okay, you're not going to
Yeah.
my channel, right?
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm gonna cut you off. But just going on what you said when they said we should give it. But look back at some of the stuff they did.
Yeah.
Them mother.
Man, ain't no way.
I love when people tell me I want that old school love.
I don't.
You do?
I don't.
You do?
'Cause
Because
I'm
she
not
sure
with
didn't look happy.
I wasn't happy at all.
You mad
pregnant.
every
They
day?
always got to point a finger at us
Yeah.
Crazy.
for what we do. But y'all
Yeah.
did worse.
Crazy.
Oh, no. I just said her because we're
Like
talking
you
to
could,
y'all.
Like you could have had your first child at 20. They had theirs at 15,
16, 15. Yeah,
But
yeah.
they gonna talk about
What is you saying? So that's when they be like, respect them elders, man. Fuck that. Especially if they talking crazy.
I think you can respect the elder,
That's
but you
good.
don't have
Man,
to. You don't
you
have to
don't
do
have to
everything they
agree with
say.
what
Man, look,
Exactly.
bro.
We put too much weight on
Too
their
much
opinions,
weight. Too
not
much
their
weight.
knowledge.
too much.
But they opinions.
They knowledge too.
That ain't no.
That knowledge might be some bullshit, bro.
All knowledge is knowledge.
KKK and racism is some bullshit. And that's knowledge and years of
But
knowledge, bro.
But it's needed so that it don't happen again. The knowledge of it.
Whose fault is that?
I mean, it ain't ours. It ain't mine.
And he was upside her head back in that day.
Thank God for the fact that
this chicken cold. Pow!
This chicken cold pow. And you talking about us?
She
twerking on the headlights.
Like, okay.
We can't twerk at the red light on the headlights, but you can get your ass whooped every night. Lady, shut the fuck up.
Oh my goodness, Lord help me.
I'm sorry, but I'm saying that's how it is, though.
You didn't run my mouth water yet,
man.
Pow!
But
Come
see,
on,
okay,
man.
and so in the same sense, we still doing the same thing. It's just in a different way. He not putting his hands on me, but he messing my mind up. He tearing my head, my thoughts, I can't even think
Give
straight.
us for instance. You know honestly, this is one it's a comprehension I understand.
I don't think man can do that. So you gotta give us an example.
Okay, so if a person can get in your head, they can control you. Correct?
How can they get in your head?
Okay, so they get in your head with little things like, okay, Lord, disclaimer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean no harm by nothing I say. No. I mean, it's my story.
We love all of you.
It's for God's glory.
She already said good fathers already.
Right. So in my previous marriage, what was happening was, like, he saw my potential and I didn't see it as much as he did. And so because he saw it, quote unquote, first probably, he started doing things, saying things to me that was like,
sleep.
It's definitely something.
Steph.
So he would start telling me things like tearing me down. Like saying stuff like, oh, so you supposed to be so churchy, you know, even though he knew I was trying, like I was on my way, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the battlefield for the Lord. I'm trying to be. So he started.
You think he was a step ahead of you and used it against you type shit?
Yes, I'm saying that. Yeah, he knew a little bit more about me than I did about myself. I hadn't recognized yet, and so he would tear me down using what I was going after.
Got it.
And so it was getting into my head, and so then he.
Because you was a different way when you met him.
When I met him,
it started. Of course, it don't start like that.
When I met him, I was in church.
Come on, man, at the red light.
When I met him, I was in church. Yeah. I just wasn't as deep involved, and I actually can give him a shout out for that because he kind of sort of helped me, pushed me a little bit closer to God because of all the things that I was enduring. So he would like say things to me, and it would tear me down. And so you tear me. If I allow you to tear me down, then you have the authority to build me up. However you see fit, not how I see fit. You can put things into me that could mold me the way you want me to be. So like you can make me be quiet when you talking, you know, because we didn't argue so much, and I'm tired of arguing about it. So I'm just not gonna say nothing. Okay,
so now you know if you argue with you ain't gonna talk.
It ain't gonna talk. Right.
I get so he's manipulative, knowing who you are. Right. So when you said controlling over here, it was losing me.
But what you think? So with
manipulation is a form of control. It is.
But do you think though with your growth, like by you saying you wasn't as heavy in the Christ, and by him seeing you going and him being a part of that, by you growing and realizing that okay, this might not be it. Let me try this. Okay, how he talking to me? This may not be right. So do you think by you learning and getting more knowledgeable that caused it to go down some more?
Yes.
And eventually,
when I started remembering, because I already knew who I was, but when I started like remembering it, and I'm like, no, this is not God. This ain't God's greatest for me. And Lord help me find a way out, because I'm getting out of here. I don't know what you got going on. Okay, you ain't got to open it.
We're gonna kick you down, please.
Is it a door right there? Look, is it a door? No. So
she hit me. She violated.
No, and so I had to, had to grow up and learn who I was, and like, okay, wait a minute. First of all, if God is my father, when a man asks a woman to be their wife, you need to ask my dad.
You need to ask.
Yeah, you need to ask my dad for my permission. So? But since I don't have a relationship with my earthly father, you knew I had a relationship with my heavenly father, then maybe you should have consulted him. So I blame me for that because I didn't implement that. I didn't like, okay, you know.
But at the time, it probably wasn't as major because you probably didn't know too much about it at the time. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of know.
You think so?
Yeah.
As much as you know now?
No, oh no,
That's what I'm
absolutely
saying.
not.
It's not as much as you know now. So
But I
at
knew
the
God was
time-
my father, and I had said that to my previous husband before. I'm like, you asked my father, you know what I'm saying? You asked God for my hand in marriage, and this how you treat me, you know what I'm saying? And so, no, this ain't it. And so with my current husband, JJ, we call him, I prayed and asked God to let me know anybody that's coming to my life, who they are.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know who sent them, why they sent them, like what's the assignment. So if they on the assignment for you, then I can help them. We can do this together.
Yeah.
And so I
That's a deep prayer.
asked him, did you ask God who I was to you? Because he told me. I ain't gonna tell you what he told me, but did you ask him? You have an assignment. Ask him. I knew.
You gave your husband a son. Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, ask him. And then he
Be a pop quiz on
started,
Thursday.
yeah, we had heavy communication, like talking, like 4 and 5 hours at a time, you know, just talking. And I had some boundaries. Because when I, you know, truth be told, when I met my husband now, I was still married. I was in the process of a divorce. And so I laid down some ground rules to him, like, hey, there ain't gonna be none of this. Ain't no sex, none of this. I'm still married. It's not him that I'm respecting my relationship with Christ.
Yeah.
So we're not doing none of that. And if you're willing to honor that, then we can move forward. We can go someplace. But if not, we can always be friends. I'm down with the, you know, friendship.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like, oh yeah, sure, I respect that. And so after the divorce, we officially made it into a relationship. And then we started talking and we're like, so did you ask him?
Okay.
And he like, I do. He did tell me.
He said,
and
I do, huh?
Well, pretty much, you know.
He was already ready.
So he was like, he did.
I do.
You know.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Because I already knew.
We all
Pops already told me. Shut up. You know.
Yeah, and someone that.
No, but that's men, though. You
Yeah.
kind of know, though.
Yeah, he said
Men
that.
do
He
know. I
said
told
that.
Somebody the other day,
We
I
know.
said, men know.
We know,
That he
bro.
said it.
We know.
He said it don't take all of that. He said you just know. Because truth be told, we're going to look at this at the spiritual aspect. Then if we're spiritual beings, then we're going to be attracted to who's really for us.
Right.
Because there's no denying that.
Yeah.
And at that point in time in your life where you figure that out,
Yes.
because with men, we attract different women. That's
Yeah.
just what we do.
Yeah.
We wake up in the morning,
Yeah.
they going to flock to you. That's just what it
Yeah.
is. Especially
That's
if
what
you're
it
doing
is.
something.
Yeah.
So if you find one that's really taking care of you, bro, like you zero in on that one. And that's how you find out. So that's how we figure how we know.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't a definite thing.
This is hard for me to say because I've never. No, I should take it back.
Well, let me ask you this.
No. Let me say this. So I met a woman.
Can he mess up?
Because I need to say this so I get out. It may answer your question. I met a woman who, within like the first week of talking to her, I was like, yeah, this is my wife. Like it just hit me.
What made it about her?
It was the essence of her. It was her softness and the way her softness reacted to me. To know me is to know I'm a spaz, right? He'll tell you real quick.
Oh yeah.
But in her presence, it would just melt away. And when it started, she would just soften it down. I had never experienced this, where it was mind blowing. Usually, either you ignore me, or you let me get it out, or you play along with me. Mm-hmm. I've never had anybody tame that part of the beast. Especially both y'all know when I get excited, I get loud, right? And I was tamed, and it was crazy. And I had to learn that she was not for me, but what she taught me was for me. She was the predecessor to show me what I need. So that's why now, a lot of times,
Predecessor.
I'm going on a date on Tuesday. Talk to on Wednesday. Yeah, I ain't talking to her no more. Good. You ain't talking already? It was one date.
Hey, because
It ain't there. That ain't it.
You
That
know.
ain't it. I know what it feel like.
Now that end, I had to learn from you for sure.
I know what it feel like. I can't explain it to everybody because it's not for everybody. Right? I can bring you to a certain point, but that extra is what I feel. It's what I know is mine.
You know, like you said, you be talking to a fly.
And yeah,
the one that just
just
feel it.
But I think I think it's for both ways. I think because I could tell you some women that had potential to be my wife, right? Potential. The women who have taught me what softness is. The women who have taught me, because women help make a man grow up. When he really like her and she get frustrated, He trying to figure it out real quick. Why is she frustrated? What do I need to do to fix this? There ain't no reason she should be mad at me. I'm just being me. Especially when you really like her, you trying to grow. So I want to give a shout out to every woman who I've ever cared for, who has helped me grow and all of that. Because that's
They're trying to get some pub.
That definitely ain't me.
Come on,
he
man.
know it.
Right.
I mean, it's the truth though, because it's a growth thing, and that's what really got me to this point where, like, I don't need to waste 4 or 5 dates. I don't need to waste. I understand people get nervous, and sometimes that first presentation of them isn't completely who they are. But if you have what I'm looking for, no matter who you are, you'll have that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes
sense,
boy.
Because it's the essence of who you are. It's not what you saying or what you bring. A lot of this stuff we can figure out. Yeah. So
because for
me, it's hard to hear people say that and be like, "Yeah, you know," and I'm like, "Yeah, I guess." And then I always forget that, and I think about it like, "Oh yeah, I remember that."
But if you don't know you, then you don't know what you need, and you don't know what you want.
That's true.
But sometimes you don't even know you need it,
but you do know.
You know.
So So I want you to understand something. I've been a spaz my whole life. People let me get away with it my whole life.
That don't mean you don't know what you need.
I never knew that it could be tamed.
Do you know what you want?
I do. But I know what I want for me. But I never knew I wanted that to be tamed.
You want, bro.
Hey, so that's where I am with it.
And I think men know, and I think women do too.
And so, like I always be telling people, like, it's not our job to find a man.
You think they do?
No.
It's not our job.
No.
I think it is.
I don't think so.
I definitely think it is.
I think we are to prepare ourselves
I think
for the
women
man.
make the initial choice.
Nah, bro.
I don't think we find him.
Just
women make the initial choice.
Sit down doing nothing.
Right? We in a relationship.
No, ain't nobody sitting
But
down
men
doing
make the
nothing.
final commitment.
But you gotta,
This
you know
is
what I'm saying,
forever.
prepare. It's things to
Of
do
course,
with
both sides have to agree on
preparation.
it, but
When you preparing for
that's
dinner,
why I
preparing
say
for
women
food, you
don't
ain't just
always
sit it out
know.
there and just be like,
Because a man at a certain point is already planning because he knows.
We don't know, like, right away.
You still like it?
No.
Come on now.
No.
Come on now.
They over here playing.
Come on now.
I was
Nah,
telling
she
him
was saying that women shouldn't. No, you go ahead. You said it.
that women shouldn't pursue men.
And I think they should.
No,
I think they should.
I ain't doing
In this
I
modern
think they
society,
should. No,
you've
We're
been
not going off modern system.
I think of any society, I think they should. Women talk to these dudes all the time. Link up with these dudes that they probably don't even like off top.
Well, because sex is a weapon.
No. Hear me out. Some of these dudes y'all done got with before in y'all life, y'all didn't like them off top. Y'all had to grow to like these dudes or grow to love them or whatever. And there's dudes in y'all lives
How
who
many
y'all
dudes
like.
you know been married a long time, and a woman say off top, I ain't even like him at first.
I ain't even like him at
But he
first.
usually be like, I knew from
somebody lying.
this day. But I hear that.
But even then, but
I ain't even like
it's
him.
females.
He
that-
was
That's
he
what,
was
like the
cute,
grandparents
but
doing stand.
he was cute, but I ain't like this. I ain't like that.
If I didn't like him at
No,
first,
that's a
Man, I know
It's
so
females who
many
like dudes and never
because
say
people got
nothing
to be
them.
honest. They're not being.
But ladies
honest.
don't be honest. Y'all, it be
I'm
dudes
saying
y'all
people in
like and
general.
y'all don't say nothing.
Bro,
But we got
No.
Women
Because
are
let me
direct,
tell
so
you,
being honest ain't.
with my husband now,
You shot
I
your
knew
shot.
I liked him, but he came to me.
That's what I'm. Why you ain't saying nothing?
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm saying he the one brought himself to my
But
attention.
you just said you knew you liked him.
Once he brought himself to my attention,
so before then you ain't like him.
But I had made myself prepared for whoever God sent my way. So
Shout out to Big G.O.D.
So right, so
Yeah.
you were just waiting on somebody. Is what I'm saying.
I wasn't waiting. I was preparing myself, and
different for them,
I wasn't hiding. I wasn't like I didn't
'Cause
go
we can't prepare
stay
ourselves.
in because
We
okay,
can't.
but so you need
You
to know
can't.
your role as a man because once
What
you
that
know
got to do with it?
it has a lot to do with it, and so we have got beside ourselves with our identity.
You want to know why, bro? You want to know why for real? Men need purpose, right? That's why most women say, "I need a man who got goals. I need a man who's what'd you say? He doing something. He out here, right?"
Bro, that don't make sense, bro. Like if they didn't have the gift to be attracted to people, I would agree with everything y'all saying.
So, but hear what I'm saying.
They get attracted to people just like we do. So you can say,
But that's not a
something just
gift.
like I can say
That
something.
But
ain't a
women aren't.
You have to. I'm looking at it from a biblical perspective.
Okay, be quiet.
So you know what I'm saying. That's why I view it like I view it because I have never read. No. Okay. So Ruth Everybody want to talk about Ruth and Boaz. So Ruth prepared herself, but she made herself known to him.
She said something
because she knew what she needed.
Something. She said something. That's all I'm
She
saying.
She didn't say nothing. He said something to her. He asked her what she was doing. Because Naomi told her, go out there and you keep gleaning, keep out there in the field, and he will see you.
And he did.
I ain't oh, that's all. Shout out to Big
Can't
G.O.D.
say nothing.
Absolutely.
Shout him out.
Y'all got it, bro.
Absolutely. No, but see, it's what you want. Like, do you want to grow in your spiritual journey, or do you just want to do what the world doing? And if you want to do what the world doing, then you can wait for old girl to come and approach you.
Or you could do spiritual.
You can't do both.
We still have to say something. We still got to say something. We have to risk being rejected by somebody we don't even know that like us or not. And women
I just don't
have to
agree
say
with that.
nothing.
I ain't saying you don't have to say
lazy,
nothing,
bro.
but it starts with
That's
conversation.
lazy, man. That's lazy.
No,
We have to initiate it most of the time.
not all the time. Because
Come on, man.
okay,
We got,
so
come on, man.
no.
I know
Okay,
you ain't
so
gonna
look.
say nothing. That's cool.
I ain't gonna get in this one.
So listen, let me tell you about.
You know I
let me
finna
finish
get
saying
in
about my husband. With my husband JJ. So we
JJ?
weren't friends on Facebook, on social media, or anything. I sent him a friend request.
Okay.
That was the initial.
You said something.
So I sent him a friend request, but not in the pursuit of him to be my man. You know what I'm saying? I just sent him a friend request because I thought he was cool. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I know him. That's the guy from Walmart.
Listen.
You know, so that's how that worked. I didn't let's go on a date.
I'm done, bro.
Let's spin it.
Let's spend the same thing 50 times.
Should religion be a big focus in the household?
No.
Religion? No.
Pay your bill.
No. Christ? Yes. But religion, I'm not into the religion thing though. I'm just not because.
So you said spirituality was your word?
Yes.
Should spirituality be the big focus in the household?
Yes. Because in my household, it's God, it's my husband, it's me, and then it's
So that's
our
the
kids.
household order.
That's our household order.
So if there's a fire, he's supposed to grab you first and then go back for the kids. Whoa!
All of us.
He got to carry all of y'all?
That's that Pat Ron.
Carry all of y'all.
What you say about
That Pat Ron.
You done riled my man up. He not
So-
on the lights. No, stop.
What are you talking about?
So who got to carry all of us? I'm sorry, I didn't get
I
that.
said, so in a fire,
He
he on his way out. Who he grab first?
better grab me.
You first. That's
Over
what
the
I was
kids?
asking.
Yes.
Shit, you crazy.
Man, that's it's
wrong.
Okay,
You wrong.
but
You don't
I still gotta
grab
help
a
you.
kid. What
I
you
have
mean?
to help you get the kids.
Get out.
Grab a
Bro,
kid.
no.
I gotta grab you
This is
first.
my scenario. None of them can get out. He has to get them out.
Man, stop.
He got to fight to get
No,
them
you
out.
better
He
get
has
your
to
ass
choose
up there.
someone first.
What you
You
mean?
was with it. He has to choose
Yeah.
someone first. Who does he choose?
Neither one of these kids can walk. I gotta pick you up first.
For whatever reason they trapped. Don't change my scenario.
Fuck what you talking about.
It's
Don't
a real
drink
life
more of that.
scenario.
Help the kids.
Don't drink no more of that. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, so in the airplane, you flying, and what does the stewardess tell you? In the event of turbulence,
Take care of yourself first.
mask come down, and I had to understand that too because I would save my kid first, but I can't help you if I ain't helped. Like I can't if I can't breathe, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start panicking, and I can't get nothing done. So if my husband come and get me, I can help him get the kids out the house.
Who helping him, bro? Who helping him? What you mean? I'm good.
Who helping him?
Who helping? I'm asking you. Who helping him?
He's helping him.
Oh, so he helping himself, but he got to get.
I mean, in the event of a fire, we all gonna do this. We gonna trust and believe everybody getting up out the house.
I'll just ask you who helping him. You said he.
I'm gonna help him. I'm going to help him. If he knows the fire, he discovered a fire. He come get me. I'm helping him. Off top, we helping him get the kids out the house because it's gonna help him to see his kids living.
All right, bro. You right. You got it.
No,
You got it, bro.
I need us to understand this.
I don't think we will.
So
But you
I'm
got it.
asking you, not him, not her, not me. I'm asking you. This actually played perfectly. Why? And this is a question I literally wrote. Why do you think people have a problem with this order?
Because they don't trust God to be God.
You gotta keep going with that.
They want to be in control. We are in a society where everything we have to know. We got to know. We got to have some type of playbook We got to have something right in front of us telling us step by step what's happening next, how much you're going to get paid, when you're going to lose your job, if you're going to lose your job, how I'm going to get another job, who going to hire me, where they hiring at. We living in a society where everybody want to know. That's why we going to tarot cards. That's why we reading our horoscopes every day. That's why we trusting in zodiac signs. No offense. But, I'm just saying,
It's more recreational for me than anything, for sure.
And that's why we look into other things to help us when it's there. Like, I have never been so enlightened as I am today. Like, I know some things today because of my relationship with Christ. When I didn't have no relationship with him, I was just as lost as everybody else. I was reading my horoscope too, like, oh, what they saying on this day? Oh, okay. I never did the tarot card thing, but I mean, I could have probably went that way. You know what I'm saying?
You were trying to figure it out.
And that's something that God dealt with me personally, because I am one of those people that need to know. You say, write the book, Lord. Okay, what I'm writing. Put it here. Here go my hand. I'm left-handed. Here go my hand. Put the pen in there and you write it. And that's not how it works.
Shout out to Aaron Randall, my mentor, one of my mentors for sure. Aaron gave me that concept a long time ago. That concept, and it was really hard for me to grasp. Because I kept saying, why would I let my kids die? That's why I asked that question. Why would I let my kids die? I would save my children first. And he was like, but your promises into your children are promises to your spouse. So you can't create that life, but you can create much more life with that spouse. So if you believe that you have what is for you, this is for a wife. This ain't for a girlfriend, this ain't for a fiance, it's for a wife. If she is your wife and she is the chosen one for you, your responsibility is to her first. So that concept was really hard for me to grasp. But then when I start thinking about forever, and in life, the only thing that's supposed to last with you forever, that you say outside of a profession forever, is marriage. Till I die, that's it. So the concept was hard for me.
It's hard to understand. Like, I view death way differently than everybody else.
Talk to us.
When I lost my daughter, that was it. It took me to a whole nother level because I had questions. I'm like, Lord, no, why? Why? Because she was fine. She was healthy, according to the doctor, because we had just took her to the doctor 2 weeks prior to her dying. So she went for her 2-month checkup. She got her shots, and 2 weeks later, she getting an open heart surgery. Huh? Wait a minute now. Somebody gonna talk to me. You gotta explain this to me.
Right.
So we're at the hospital, and all of it happened in a matter of 3 days. I'm sitting at home, and I'm like, something wrong with her because she won't stop hollering. She's screaming like she got colic, like hollering, screaming, like something's going on. But I felt something was off. I'm like, Lord, whatever you do, please don't let my baby die in my bed. Didn't know she was gonna die, but I'm just saying, Lord, whatever you do. So we get to the hospital. They give her, we go to the doctor. They give her breathing treatment because they thinking she having an asthma attack or maybe severe bronchitis. So they give her breathing treatment. They like, I don't know what's going on. Something, her breathing is off. We can see this, and she's not responding to the albuterol. So which is, for those that don't know, medicine to help with the lungs, to open up your lungs. So they give her that, and they're like, oh, well, we're going to admit her to the hospital. So they do a chest x-ray. They're like, her heart is enlarged. What's going on with her heart? Like, what? So then they're like, okay, we can't do nothing for her here. Let's go to another hospital. So they take us to another hospital. She gets to that hospital. She codes. They shock her. They bring her back. And then, like, we can't do nothing for her here. We're going to take her to another hospital. This was in Texas. So they took her to a hospital in Austin. So we get to the hospital in Austin. They tell us, we don't know what it is. We can't figure it out. But truth be told, my baby was having a heart attack. She was having heart attacks. And so once they flew a specialist from Chicago to Texas to check my baby out. So they checked her out, and they like, we get it now. Her artery was going the wrong direction. So instead of it pumping and oxygenating blood, it was just sending the same blood back. So they like, okay, so this is what we got to do. So this is how, what you say about how the oxygen dropping, and how you have to make a decision to save you first and then your child. So they're like, we got to do surgery. It's a 97% chance that she will make it, and it's 3% chance that she won't. okay, we're not that 3%. I don't care. Let's do the surgery. Let's roll out with it. So they do the surgery, and they're like, we're going to have her on this heart pump. So it's going to take a minute. We got to get her weaner off of it. So they weaning her off of it, and she don't respond to come off of it. So they tell me, they're like, she ain't come off the pump. And I'm like, so bring her out like she is then. Okay. They're like, no, you don't understand. She didn't come off the pump. And I'm like,
her heart ain't beating on her own
anymore. Yeah, it's not beating no more. And so they like, you don't understand what we're telling you. Well, tell me, what the hell are you saying? You know, because at this point I'm mad now because y'all playing with me. And my whole baby back here, she probably need her mom. And they're like, she's dead. I'm like, oh no, you're lying. And quit playing with me. You know, because when people tell you stuff, you just don't understand it. It doesn't wrap around your head. So I made a choice that day for her to have the surgery. Like, okay, if you can help her live, then help her live. So you're gonna have to make some, when you get into love and family, you got to make hard decisions, and you have to make the decision based on where you want to be. You know, like I had another daughter at home, my oldest daughter. So she's my middle. Michaela was my middle baby. Mm-hmm. So I had to make a decision. Like, I want her to live, but I don't expect you to die because 3% ain't us. Ain't never us. And when she didn't make it, now my whole life changed. Like, okay, so now I look at death different because the experience that people say they never had, I never had. I'll never want to experience my child died or my mom. My mom died too. You know, so it's like I look at death like, it gotta happen. It gotta happen. Lord, prepare me because I experienced the unbearable.
Man.
And so,
I can imagine.
Yeah, and it actually strengthened my relationship with Christ because I'm like, Lord, there's so much more to you that I don't understand because I know that this is gonna work out for me. So then I had another baby, and I call her my rainbow baby. She probably wouldn't be here. Was here, but she's here now. You know, but then I spoiled her to the point because I thought if I hold on to her, I can't lose her. And so it messed me up mentally because I was trying too hard to keep my baby. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't sleep. It was terrible. But then when I decided to pray about it, I'm like, Lord, I need comfort. I need something. I'm void. I'm so void in my heart. I'm 23 years old with a dead baby. Like, who does this? 12 days before my birthday. You know, so I look at death different because I know we all got to do it. But if I have to save somebody, I know that I'm worth it. You know, I got to save me in order to save somebody else. And so that's my death thing.
Tough situation. So, all of it. What you got?
Get your ass up and help me get these kids out. That's all I got. Next question.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
Yeah, so then you gonna save the wife, right? So she can help you.
We're going to save the kids.
Right.
Get your ass up. Get up. Get these kids out. Or
broken leg, whatever the situation was.
Sister.
Man.
Get up.
You ever play sports?
I did.
Were you any good?
Absolutely not.
Damn.
Absolutely not.
What you play?
I played basketball for the Kankakee High School.
Yeah.
Yep, my junior and senior year.
Did you start?
Senior night.
We ain't even gonna ask more questions. We're gonna leave that there.
Right, yeah,
but I started off like really garbage. Like I knew the concept, but even the way I dribbled the ball was jacked up.
Good.
Who?
Man,
oh yeah, my dad. Yeah. Actually, shout out to my dad.
Shout out to Pop.
Yeah, he was really good. I don't know, y'all might not know my dad. He was good at sports around here. Leon King, yeah, he was real good. Yeah.
Shout out to him.
And no.
It ain't down to you.
Yeah, I mean, it probably did, but I just didn't care. I wanted my picture in the yearbook.
Okay.
For doing something.
Reason.
I'm not even. I told you I was done with it once you said you were dribbling funny. Shut up. I'm not gonna embarrass you no more. You argue with him.
Shout out to Coach Jay and Coach Parnell and the rest of my teammates.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for dealing with me. Shout out to my husband for being such a wonderful fella. Like my husband, I'm happy. Yes. Shout out to him. Shout out to my children.
Shout out to the kids.
Yes. shout out to anybody that's ever like shouted out my name and tagged me, posted me. Yes, thank you for your support. You don't gotta buy nothing to support people.
Oh God.
So
share that shit.
Yeah. Appreciate you. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, appreciate you. Yeah, appreciate you.
Thank you. I don't recommend. No.
0 out of 10. She came on our little show. She ain't like it.
Appreciate you coming.
What about you, Mom? Executive producer.
I don't know. Shout out to
Everybody.
Shout out to everybody, man.
I love it. Especially them great kids.
Me, you.
Want to go?
Yep. Weak ass. Shout out to me, broke motherfucking Dusty. Shit, broke. Shout out to
Broke
me.
and Dusty.
Broke and Dusty. Out here
I see
doing
your little
it.
end. I gotta throw it in
You know
there. Your little end.
I work hard. I take care of my youngins.
Yo.
I ain't on no crack cocaine.
Shout out to your imprint on your children.
My
bro.
child support is on time every 2 weeks.
I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the imprint on your children.
Yeah.
Fuck my shout out. Go ahead. Do you?
No, I'm just
No, do you? No, go ahead. I'm listening to you.
You gotta keep going.
That's it.
Keep going.
Shout out to me. Shout out to my mama because she's the hoop too.
Oh,
This
okay.
is to call you lefty, ain't it?
I used to shoot.
Shoot from the left.
Me too.
Right.
Shout out to OG, she used to hoop.
Left-handed.
Shout out to all the hoopers. Shout out to our team, man. We just lost. We out our tournament, bro.
Yikes.
Yeah, man.
What team
We're
is
super
that?
hard though. We're out the Y. It's a little
Oh, okay.
30 and over league. We play hard, but we're just tired. Yeah, man.
Y'all play
That's
half
it.
court?
We do.
Cause y'all
We
too
do.
old.
We do.
Y'all too old.
So yeah, man.
Mhm.
Shout out to that. Just shout out to everybody being active.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody who can discuss shit and still be cool without feeling no type of way.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Youth Empowerment Program. I made
Facts.
some shirts for them. Shout out to Andrea for using my services. Appreciate you.
Shout out to Apple. They sponsoring us now. Shout out
For
to
sure.
Apple.
I can't believe I gotta say it. Shout out to Apple.
Yeah, shout out to Chick-fil-A.
Android won't do it.
Chick-fil-A next. They will. I'm gonna reach out.
Okay.
Shout out to the Kankakee Junior High.
Yes.
Oh,
Happy Nurses Week
Happy
to
Nurses
all my
Week.
Happy
fellow.
Nurses Week.
When this comes out, it's gonna be way
Associates.
past that, but okay.
Hey, yeah, y'all know y'all week.
They know it. Hey.
Shout out back when y'all had it.
Yeah, because CNA
Your
Week
little
coming
week.
up.
Yeah, your little week.
Medical Assistant Week coming up.
For sure.
Yeah,
Shout out to y'all.
all that.
Shout out to the land.
Shout out to the workers.
You know everybody.
Definitely shout out to Kankakee, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. Me? Man, shout out to my gym partner Kyle. I lacked off. He been on me. So he got me back in there.
Get your ass in the gym, bro.
Get in the gym.
Man, look, shout out to everybody who been on me about the gym. There's so many of y'all I can't even name. For sure, shout out to that.
Get in the gym, bro.
All of us. Me too.
Shout out to Smitty. My boy. Gotta make sure shout out Smitty. He we had a really deep conversation. And Smitty not want to be vulnerable. So it was dope to see Smitty open up. Shout out to Smith.
Okay.
My boy.
Shout out to my moms for sure.
OG.
Yeah,
Shout out mama.
My mama, she about to take on some challenges, so she make me proud. Shout out to my pops. He removed my previous stepmother from his insurance payouts and all of that. So
Get
shout
your
out,
ass off my
shout out
insurance.
you out of that.
Goofy ass.
Shout out to my little brother. He having a girl. He found out he about to have a baby.
Shout out.
Kenny about to have
my
a
boy.
So I done gave him more shout outs to anybody on this earth. That's my boy.
And shout out to the legend.
Man, shout out to my nephew Deshaun and my nephew Javion. I ain't hear nothing you talking about.
Oh,
My boys is
you talking about me?
basketball. Oh, you talking about her? Definitely don't. You so Keisha. So
I'll take it today.
no, you didn't take it at all. You finally took it. Shout out to you for coming for sure.
Appreciate it.
Shout out to your growth.
Yes.
Shout out to your love.
Yes.
All of that.
Cut the show.
It's a wrap.
Yo, it's a wrap.
It's a
Cut
wrap.
that shit.
I'm finna watch these Lakers.
Gotta get this money.